Most people think that running a cleaning business means mops, buckets, supplies, like doing the things. But you guys, I haven't cleaned a single house, and I'm going to show you guys in this video what it really looks like in the day of running a cleaning business. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys some behind the scenes, what it would actually look like, some of the tasks that you would do, your team would do, or your automations would do to make your system and your business run smoothly. Okay, you guys, for those that don't know, my name is Jasmine Tate, and I'm a cleaning business coach. I teach thousands of students how to launch a successful multi six figure, multi seven figure cleaning business based off of my mistakes. No, I have had many cleaning companies locally, out of states, multiple out of states. And I'm able to share my wins and my losses and my experiences with students so that way they can get the leg up and kind of build from my mistakes. Okay. I heard somebody say that a wise man don't just learn from somebody's wins, but they learn from their mistakes. Okay. So I want to show you guys like what our process looks like. Now, typically, you guys, I understand that there are a lot of 9 to 5ers. So this process is going to look different for individuals that are working a 9 to 5. And I think what I'll do is I'll create another video for those that do work 9 to 5 so you can look like realistically what your day-to-day would look like. Okay. But this is for somebody that has the availability to work at home. So a stay-at-home mom, somebody that is just a full-time entrepreneur, fully running their business from home, where you have the availability to kind of like clock in and manage your things from the day to day for your business. Okay. So typically in the morning time, the first thing that I like to do is I like to check our CRMs. So I like to check our booking platforms. Okay. Any place that we're conducting or managing our jobs, I like to look there first so that way I can make sure there's no last minute cancellations or no last minute bookings that came in overnight. Okay. So that way I can kind of get a feel for like what's what, who's who, like what's going on. The next thing I like to do is I like to reach out to all of our AM cleaners that has jobs first thing in the morning, just to confirm that they're set to arrive on time, nothing that we need to be on top of or of a late arrival or potential, changing of the cleaners or rescheduling. So I like to do that first as well. Now, after I contact our cleaners, the next thing I like to do is look through all of our messages, text messages, emails, through Cleaning Biz AI, our lead gen platforms. I like to go through all of those next. Now, when I'm doing that, of course, I'm responding to those leads, right, that came in overnight. Now, if you guys have Cleaning Biz AI, that bot is going to be able to respond. So, like, what I'm doing is logging into Cleaning Biz AI, and I'm looking through all the communication and seeing if there's anything that I need to be aware of. But most likely, Cleaning Biz AI took care of that for us. Okay, so I'm going to respond to any messages, any inquiries, any lead gens that came through overnight. Okay. Once I have, where's my little list? Because I have a list I want to make sure that I'm staying on top of. So once I have responded to there we go. Once we have responded to our lead list, the next thing that we're going to do, I was going to show this, but I'm like looking at titling two notes because we use Notions as like our day-to-day task board to where like it shows our morning tasks, afternoon tasks, and end of day tasks, right? And then like we have our list as well, our working list on Cleaning Biz AI that helps keep all of our automations as well. Okay. So after, we're responding to our leads, we're taking care of anything like that. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to do our follow-up calls from cleaning appointments that were done the previous day. Okay. So any jobs that were done the previous day, now we're contacting those clients to make sure that the client was fully satisfied, ask for a review, and then do our upsell. Okay. By the time that this has taken place, now it's time to work on our afternoon task, which actually mimics our morning task, right? So we're contacting our cleaners that has jobs for the afternoon time frame to ensure that they're planning to be on time, that there's no late arrivals where we have to be on top of anything, reschedule anything. That way we can know, right? During this time also, because there's less tasks that has to be done in the morning, unless there's like any kind of client scenarios that's occurring, any kind of de-escalations that's occurring. This is when I like to have our hiring practice being done, right? Either we're following up with cleaners, or we're reaching out to new cleaners, or we're posting new job ads, whatever that weekly hiring practice is. This is during that time frame when I like to do that. Okay. Also during this time frame, after we do all of this, this is when I like to look at our lead gen platform, look to see if there's any updated before and after pictures I can provide. Put in updates on Google profile, right? I recommend like having some sort of activity daily on your Google profile. So we'll make a post on our update, and then we'll also make a post on our social media platform, and then we'll also schedule out nurturing emails that will go out to our clients, so that way we can convert them to our reoccurring clients. Okay. Now after we do that, essentially there's a lot of tasks that's going to happen that are unpredictable. Clients calls, a client wants a refund, a reclean, or we're trying to do an upsell, or somebody's calling us back, right? There's some tasks that's just going to happen throughout the day that's going to come in normally, right? But there is a flow, like a work of order flow, that you do want to kind of maintain to help keep like those small tasks that can slip through the crack, like on a continual basis, right? Because sometimes you can get so caught up in the mood to where like you'll kind of forget to make those updates on Google, make those updates on your social media, to do all of your hiring practices and follow-ups, right? To actually do the client follow-up call, like all of these things that we mentioned on our day-to-day task board. These are income activities, right? Sometimes a lot of entrepreneurs want to act and look busy, but my thing is like we need actual profit-based activity, like income-producing activities, right? Like we don't want to be found doing anything just for busy sake. Okay. Now if you have two things, right? If you have a VA, which is a virtual assistant, this is somebody that works overseas, not somebody that's locally in your state. Well, I take that back. It's actually anybody that's virtual. So it could be somebody that's in your state or in the US. They just don't work with you. They work virtually. But a lot of times it would be somebody that is overseas. Then they would manage these day-to-day tasks. Okay. And a lot of people are asking questions with Cleaning Biz AI, right? Because Cleaning Biz AI is our new platform that we have developed. It replaces having an actual real person provide the service and having an AI bot to provide the services for you. Now, I'm not saying that you don't have to have a VA either. My thing is I still have VAs. I love my VAs. I love my team. They're an amazing team. They've been with me for a very long time, but my team cannot work 24 hours, 7 days a week, right? So there are some benefits of having both, to where like you will still have the human aspect of doing the things that they would normally be able to do, and then also having an AI bot to be able to answer and respond to all leads, never miss a lead, never have a late response time, close the job, send the links, schedule the bookings. Like having all of that be done on an automation is like, it takes so much time out of the day, right? To where these day-to-day tasks are literally just admin tasks, right? So yes, we do this on a morning, afternoon, end of day. But for my 9 to 5ers, like the main thing that you want to have done that is time conscious would be your check-in with your cleaners, right? Because like we started doing that because I would hate getting a call from a client and be like, hey, we had an appointment at 8:30, but nobody's here yet. Like I hated those calls, like not being aware and being on top of those. So we're like, you know what, yo, forget this. I'm gonna start calling our cleaners. And now we even set it to where like we let them know this on our onboarding call. We go over this information and we're like, yo, if we contact you and there's no response, then immediately like we're gonna start working on another backup cleaner. If 2 cleaners arrive, you are no longer assigned the person that has shifted their schedule to show up last minute. They are the ones that have now been assigned, right? Because we just had that scenario happen all the time, right? I told you guys in the beginning of this call, not only, do they say that wise man learns from other people's mistakes, I learn from our own mistakes, right? Like that's how our SOPs are created. They're literally created based upon reoccurring scenarios that kept on happening. Like, you know what? I'm tired of this. Next time we're going to do X, Y, and Z. And then we do X, Y, and Z and it works. And they were like, you know what? We should have probably did X, Y, Z and 1, 2, 3, 2. And I think it would have worked. Okay, cool. Next time when that happened, we're going to do X, Y, Z, 1, 2, 3, boom, boom, boom. Okay. And that's how you're able to literally build your system and processes. Sometimes people are like, well, I want to start when I get my system and processes in order. Cool. We have so many inside the academy, a plethora of them in the academy, but a lot of them you won't really even know what you need to know until you're in business, right? But you always have those resources available in the academy. Okay. So I kind of hope this gives you guys an insight of what the day-to-day would look like, right? You have your day-to-day admin tasks, your morning tasks, afternoon tasks, end of day tasks. The morning part is going to be the most crucial because you're looking for cancellations, last minute bookings. You're looking for communication that came in over the night. You're contacting your first cleaners to make sure that they're arriving on time, right? And the other items throughout the day are really just little check-ins, right? So for those that are my 9-to-5ers, if you can commit your time to doing that in the morning, cool. A lot of those check-ins can also be done by text. So if you don't have the availability to do it by phone, do it by text. And the other admin things could be done online as well. Okay. And the other admin things besides the cleaner check-ins are not really time conscious. Okay. So I hope this gives you guys a little insight. This was definitely a new video. I think I'm going to also share with you guys and do a video on this again, but actually share the screen. Because I've been doing a lot of share screen videos, so that way you guys will have a visual and see what the actual thing looks like. So yeah, so check that video out next month. And if you're not subscribed, you guys, about 30% of all viewers of this channel is not subscribed. So you guys go ahead, like pause what you're doing, like, share, subscribe, okay? Hit the bell so that way when the next video come out, that's actually going to show you guys the screens for this. And maybe I can even do it off a live account. You guys will be able to have that notification when that video goes live, okay? So until next time, I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.